But also at the same time, on top of this, these are the things that you don't think about in photography. Like, okay, you charge $1,000, but how much time did it take you to text that person, email that person, talk to that person, find out a plan,
Meet
then
up with that person,
get together, meet up with that person, go over things, and then you gotta follow up with them. Are you gonna pay? Next month you're gonna pay? Hey, I found someone else that's interested in your date. Are you gonna pay? Because they are gonna pay. And I've had instances where like someone's like been talking to me for months. And someone else was like, hey, I love your stuff. And I was like way like wanting me and was like, oh, I'm going to pay like exactly what you're asking for and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, so I hit this person back for a week. I gave it 7 days, no reply. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to hire you. She must have like found someone else. Then like another week after, so 2 weeks later, she like writes me, hey, I need you. I'm going to book you. Blah, blah. I'm like, I'm already booked. I'm sorry.
You're like, you had all this time.
You had
to
months.
pay
And I told
me.
you a solid week that I'm about to hire somebody or take someone else's date.
That's really hard.
And they got super upset. And I was scared because I was like, oh my God, they're going to give me a bad review. This sucks ass because they don't know how to respond. Maybe they're busy. I don't know. But it's like, it's just so much work. Like I'm like you're literally technically working for free for so much of it until finally after the contract signed, the things talked over, you get together, then they send the invoice and might pay.
Yeah, like when someone first contacts me, I try to answer like any questions they have just over messaging, and then I send over my contract through email just so they can read through it once.
Right. And
then I'm like, okay, after reading the contract, jot up a couple questions so when we meet in person or even over the phone or something, because if I can't meet him in person, we'll do like a phone interview thing.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, what questions did you have in the contract? And then I don't know if it scares a lot of people about the deposit, but I really don't, and I know I should. I really don't require a large deposit at all. I think it's like, what, $150 or something?
Yeah, I think that's all he paid you so far.
I'm like $150 to hold your date. Like I won't book anything on that date. Won't make any plans. And I mean that's
dangerous because you have $150 and someone else can come to you. Oh, I'll pay you $2,000 for. We want to book you right now. We'll pay the full invoice. And you're like, and what if that person cancels and you just got a $150 non-refundable deposit compared to $2,000, or something like that.
Very true. I know. Yeah. So far I've only had one canceled wedding.
That's good.
Which is crazy because it was kind of sad because I was really excited to shoot that wedding.
Oh no.
But I mean they still got married, but they decided they didn't want the photographer.
Oh.
So like they paid me their deposit, and then it was like 2 weeks before the wedding. She contacted me. She's like, Michaela, I'm so sorry. Like it's just not in the budget. Like we can't have you come or whatever. And I was just like, okay. I mean, it's nice because she didn't ask for her deposit back or anything, so I still got paid that $150 or something for the day. But I'm like, you don't have it in your budget? You booked me like months ago. So it's like, how do you not put away just a little bit of money aside?
I know.
And so I'm like,
It's rough. So Jason, that was our first episode ever of Imperfect. Me, Michaela, and Jason have a class together, and that's the photography class that we're taking. Mm-hmm. But Jason and I were talking about that exact same thing. It's like the money aspect and be able to like to not budget ahead of events. Like I understand some people like, especially like when you pull up, like you don't know, especially when it's a year down the road. I mean, you can have a savings account. A thick savings account and say, oh, I'm going to book a year down the road. And then you're like, it gets closer. And like, things happen. Car broke down, need a new car. And these medical bills and all these things. So it's rough. But the issue is it's like, there's so many people that, again, make our jobs unstable. The DJ, the photographer, the videographer, the florist, the venue, this, all these people that you're booking. And so when you kind of like fall through, you're affecting, not affecting our lives. I would say, yeah, affecting our lives, especially at this scale when we're still starting out businesses. I mean, you have bills, let alone college bills that are about to be tacked on when we graduate.
Yeah, very true.
So we have a lot of things coming through, and so it sucks. So, I mean, these are the things. So it's like with me, though, I mean, I only paid deposits on you, the videographer, and DJ, and I have like our venue almost paid for, things like that. But the other thing is like I have one credit card That's not maxed out, thank God. I have a lot of other maxed out credit cards. But I do have one for this exact reason, is because I know there's a lot of income to be made and there's going to be fluctuation of my business. So as soon as I get some clients, of course, I take percentages and give them out to people that I owe and, you know, and try to save some money or whatever. But that way, if it comes through and like, I would be the guy that will ask my fucking mom for money if I do not get people paid for it, because I feel like shit, because I know how it is to be on the other end of that. And when people don't pay, like to this date, like I was telling Jason, I have 4 or 5 projects I've done that have not been paid for. And I mean, I pulled up, I shot, finished videos, and I send out, and one way or another, I have not been paid for those things. Other people being like, oh, we don't have the money right now. There's a wedding, 2 weddings that I've shot that I've not yet been paid for.
Yeah, there's one wedding, my very last wedding, I have not been paid for yet. And I'm like... and it's hard because, I mean, you don't... I mean, I'm kind of hassling them. Like, I've contacted them 3 different times. No reply. Like, and I do not send... That's, like, one thing I'm really good at, is I do not send you one single photo from your... wedding or session or whatever if you have not paid me.
That's
so
not,
that's
the
the
same thing I'm doing.
Because like
how do you
your
not
wedding, I'm like, your wedding, it was so exciting. Like, how do you not want to see one photo or photos from that day? Like,
exactly.
Please just pay me.
I know, literally. It's just weird. You have to like be like that. Same thing. It's like I had a girl that's, and it's like, yeah. So it's like maybe they're not excited or whatever. But the other thing about it is it's like, they will do if they know you're not going to shoot it. Like, say, like you require the 30 days, and you will not be there unless they pay in full, which I am now doing because of this BS.
I'm like, yes, next year.
Exactly,
totally different.
That's what I'm saying. But they'll pay. Like I said, I will ask my mom. I will do everything in my power to make sure people are paid because I want them to film there. But after it's filmed, you know you're not going to be an asshole and delete the pictures. Oh, we'll pay her when we get the money. It's fine. Like 6 months down the line, oh, I got $100 of the $800 I still owe you, and then like they don't care because like. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can, but it's like, I mean, and there's also like the sad aspect of it. So like one of the weddings I shot, her husband has like a mental illness and went to the hospital and because it's been like 3 months. And I'm like, need your money. And finally I got harsh. I was like, listen, I need your income. I have a lot of, it was a big wedding, big. I shot a lot and I had like multiple cameras. So I was like, this stuff is like holding up my computer and I want to just get this stuff done. Because I'm getting to a point where I can't keep buying terabytes of storage, especially for video. Like I cannot absolutely be doing it. And she's just like, oh, my husband's in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. I can't pay. And it's like, what do you say? Fuck you, pay me.
I know,
or you're
right?
like...
It's hard.
You can't. It's literally lose-lose. I'm just like, I wish you guys the best. Just keep me in mind as things get better. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. I try to, like... So... This next year, I'm going to be way more strict for sure. Right. And I mean, I have been pretty strict this year. Like, I've only had like a couple minor issues with clients, like not paying. Like one right now, I'm only waiting on one, which is good.
That's good.
I guess
that's really good.
But so like next year, and I mean, I've already like updated my contract and everything, but like. No photos will obviously be delivered until it's paid. But then I love that idea of, like, having everything paid before the wedding. Like,
and it's, like, it's less stressful for the couple because if they have it paid, then they don't have to do, like, maybe they really do want to see the photos and or video. And they can't legitimate payment because all the bills added up and they weren't very good on their budgeting. It's like, I understand a year in advance. That's crazy. But 2 months, 3 months, I would even say you should get an idea of what your budget is. You know, maybe a tragic event happens and that's what takes the money away, but you should have an idea of how much you need to pay and who you need to pay. So the 30 days, I think, like, I just see a lot of bigger photographers and videographers doing it. I'm like, I'm going to do it because I'm going to require 30 days in advance because I know I'm not an asshole and I'll pull up, I'll do my thing. I have my contract that says if I lose your footage, you get your money back. If I don't show up, you get your money back. I'll even try to hire someone else to go do it. Like, I'll do all of these things to make sure I'm covered. I know I will. And I have a contract on my side saying I will. And so when it comes to other people, though, you don't know when they're going to pay you. Like, you really don't. It's so unstable.
It's so hard. And, I mean, I know there are things that come up. I get that. Like, money-wise or, like, events that happen. But it's like, I'm not even... I mean... So I try to set up like a payment plan with my past clients and it's kind of worked, but I'm like, even if you pay me like $20 a month or $50 a month or whatever it is, like it's still going towards your balance. But like ever since this last wedding I shot, like, yeah, I've gotten, well, so before the wedding, so they booked me at like the beginning of the year, and then up until the wedding, I got like a $50 payment monthly-ish. There was like some months where I did not see anything.
Right.
But then up until the wedding, or like after the wedding, nothing. Nothing
Really?
at all. I'm like, why did the $50 payments stop? You know, like,
Yeah.
come on.
I know.
I'm just like, I mean, $50 is better than nothing. Like,
It
just keep
literally
it
is.
coming. But no, yeah, I haven't seen like anything yet, and I'm just like,
Yeah. See, it's too stressful on us, and that way, like, if they pay us 30 days in advance, we have our income, and what they're gonna do is we're gonna pull up, we're gonna shoot it, and they get all their stuff. They don't have to stress. They don't have to pay. Like, they get all those memories, because that's the thing is, it's like, again, photography and videography are huge deals.
it really
And
is.
like you should
It's
relive
a lot of work.
Exactly, but you should be able to relive these things, like paying all these other people. Like, I don't know, if I had to absolutely choose, I would absolutely choose my photo and video first, because I would not want to ruin that relationship and them lose the photos or delete the photos, delete the video or lose the video or whatever it may be, because those are the things that recapture this for my entire lifetime for kids. And now that we live in such a tech age, like, these videos are gonna be online for our kids to see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. To me, it's just like, that would be the first people you pay. And I'm not trying to like say we're more important than the DJ or whatever, because it's all the same thing. But
a little bit more important than the DJ. I'm just saying, like, you could just do like a playlist or something. Not that I don't have anything against DJs, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like once you get like engaged, you just need to like make a list of what is really important to you, and then go off of those things. Because like with my wedding, like I did have one of my friends do like a video, and then the photos were super important, and those were really the only things I cared about. And I don't know if it was just because I'm biased because I'm a photographer or something, but I'm like, the food, didn't care. I did like little sandwich platters or something, and then I made like my own decorations. Like, I tried to do like minimal costs for those other things, so I could get like, so my money could go towards like the most important things. So I think if you like, once you sit down, like after you get engaged, sit down, figure out like what's important to you, and then make those things happen.
Yep.
And cut out other things that you don't.
Exactly.
There's just so much that goes into weddings that is pointless, honestly, that you don't need. But you waste your money on.